Hi everyone, it's Audrey from Country Stampers, and today is day 3 of my 12 days of Christmas, and I have this cute little gift card holder for you for today's project. And today we will be using the stamp set Snow Place. It does come with the matching die, the framelets, Snow Friends, but we will not be using these today for this project. But I just wanted to let you know that it does come in a bundle for 15% off, rather than if you buy it separate. So, and we're also going to be using the paper stack, the designer series paper, Season of Cheer, and Cherry Cobbler. So, what you'll need is one piece of Cherry Cobbler at 10 inches by 4 1/4. And then you'll need these random little pieces here. These here are cut at 7/8 and 5/8, and this is going to be used for our sentiment. So let me set that aside. You will need a total of, for the inside, you'll need 2 pieces of 4" by 2 3/4. You'll also need another set of 2 3/4 by 4" for the outer side. You'll need 2 pieces of 1 3/4, one for the inside and one for the outside. And then you'll need 2 more pieces, 4" by 3 1/4. I'm also going to be using my Project Life corner rounder, and I'll show you that in a minute. So first, let me get this out of my way. I'm going to bring in our Simply Score scoring tool, and I'm hoping that I can get this in view for you. And we're going to score at 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, and then again at 8 inches. And that is all the scoring that you'll be doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to round my edges on my flap, which is going to be the shortest piece. And then I'm going to fold on my score lines and use my bone folder to get a nice crisp edge. And you're going to notice that I fold the flap in the next score line towards the end, and then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to score the third score line in the reverse direction. And then flip it back over and fold. Oh, I must have jumped track a little bit when I did this one, so let me just line this up. And give that a good fold, good crease. So now I'm scored on all my score lines, and this is what it'll look like. And when it's open, it'll look just like this. Let's see it. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snail adhesive and I'm going to start adding my pieces. And I want to put this one on my inside. And first I'm going to round my corners on this piece here on the 4" by 1 3/4. And now I'm going to get my snail. Make sure I get it all the way out to the corners. And I'm just going to add that. And I like to fold this back out. I was thinking about doing this before I scored, and now I'm thinking that that would probably make it a little bit easier. So I like to keep a nice even border around my edges as I'm adding these. You know, you can make these up really quick for the holidays, in case you forgot anybody and you run out and get them a gift card. You can just go ahead and make these up really quick. Now for the 2 3/4 by 4" these are going to go on these 2 smaller, and I'm going to use reverse it. So the other pattern that is going to be on my front is actually going to be on these 2 flaps. Trying to keep that as even as I can. And now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to round my corners. And make sure if you're using, you know, some of our designer series paper is of one direction, so just make sure that you have it all going in the same direction. And again, just keeping a nice even border all the way around. And this one looks like it's going to go a little cockeyed on me. There we go. And now you'll notice I don't have the 2 smaller pieces because we're not going to need them on this, because you'll see in a second that that area is actually going to get closed up to form where your gift card is going to go. So you're not going to need those flaps, those mats. I'm just going to flip this around. You're also going to need another piece of the cherry cobbler for the belly band too, and I'll show you that piece in a minute. So now what you can do, you can take some score tape, or you can actually take the fast fuse. I just got the fast fuse, so I'm learning how to work with it, and it holds really good. So I'll just give it a quick little whoop. And when you use that, it's almost just like using the snail, but when you get to the end, you want to do a check, use like a check off, like you're checking something off. And now all you're going to do is seal that up, just like that, to form that. And there you go, so far. And what you're going to do, you're going to take this back over to your trimmer, and I don't have this on even. And you're just going to trim off, oh, it's tearing. You're just going to trim off like an 1/8, if that, maybe 1/16. I'll be right back. Let me trim that. You're also going to need a scrap piece of cherry cobbler as well for the image. Alright, so I trimmed that off. Let me just show you real quick. I keep an old gift card in my craft room for when I make gift card holders. And you're just going to open this up. Oops. And just slide your gift card right in there. And it's going to be a nice little tight fit. And it's not going to go all the way down, which it doesn't matter as long as it's being held in there. So, now for our sentiment, I am using Merry Christmas from Snow Place right here for our sentiment. And I'm going to stamp that in chocolate chip. I have one of the older stamp pads, so I'm just going to get this as even as I can. Center it up, make sure I'm getting it right in the center. And there we go. And then I'm just going to let that dry for a quick minute. So what I'm going to do, actually, for the belly band while we're waiting, is I'm going to actually hold it even with the flat bottom. Try to get it even on both sides. And wrap it lightly, gently around, because I don't want it to end up to be too tight. And there we go. Just slide that back off. And while I have it, I'm just going to take my bone folder, increase those edges, and I'm going to take some more fast fuse, and I'm going to put it over on this side. And I'm just going to bring it over, lining it up. And there we go. We've created our belly band. Now I'm going to set that to the side and close up my ink. Now I'm going to attach this to my other piece of cherry cobbler. And again, leaving a nice even border around. And I'm not going to pop this up on here because then it would make it too thick. So I'm just going to take some more snail and add this right to that top flap on the inside. And just center it. And there we go. That part is done. I'm going to close that up, and I'm going to take the belly band and just slide it on. Oops. There we go. And what I'm going to do now is I already have it all cut out, and I think I need to cut out another one because it dropped on the floor. So I'll be right back. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Alright, so now I have my circle, and I used my circle framelits to cut it out, and it's the fourth one from the center. So, and what we're going to do is now I'm going to bring in the crumb cake ink to stamp my snowman. And I'm just going to stamp him right in the center. Like that. And then I'm going to bring in the chocolate chip again. To stamp his arms and his little button. And all you have to do is just line these up as close as you want them. And where you want them. Oops. Alright, let me flip that over and restamp. And that is the best thing about our papers or any cardstock, is there's always another side. So let me just stamp that up real quick. There's that. And now his arm again. I'm going to rotate him a little bit so I can see better. And there we go. We have his arms. And now let's just add these little buttons right there. And now our little snowman is done. So I'll close up my inks and get those out of the way. And what I'm going to do is take a piece of our cherry cobbler and our 2 3/8 punch. And I'm going to cut out a scallop. And actually, I need to bring back in my ink, the crumb cake. So, and I have my little dauber, and all I'm going to do is lightly ink around my edge of my stamped image. Just to help add some dimension. And then I need my dimensionals. I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back. And then I'm going to add it right to the scallop. And then I'm going to add a couple more, making sure that I get them so they're on the sides and not from top to bottom. And then we're just going to add him right here, right in the center. Oh, let's go over a little bit. There we go. And there you go. There's your cute little gift card holder to give to your guest or to your recipient. And, you know, you can even put in on the inside if you wanted to. You could put a little area down here, take some Whisper White, and just add another piece. So you could add a greeting, you know, your own personal saying, message to your recipient. So I hope you guys enjoyed and that you come back again for day 4. And happy crafting, everybody. Bye.